WWE Bad Blood 2024 started off with a bang. When I first got to Atlanta, Georgia, my first move was to head to Cricket Wireless for the meet and greet with Jay Uso. I didn't know if I was going to get there in time, but he arrived an hour late, and I don't believe in coincidences, so I got my moment with the Intercontinental Champion. Later on, I made my way to State Farm Arena, and you could definitely tell that there was a show about to happen. I feel like The Rock because I got goosebumps as soon as I saw the Hell in a Cell. Now, this is one thing I definitely wish that WWE would think about incorporating, and that is very low commentary being heard throughout the arena. That way we can hear it as we're watching the matches. You can definitely tell that something is missing as opposed to just watching it at home. Now, I'm going to give you a little gem. If you ever get tickets to a show in Atlanta, make sure you get tickets to the Social Club. The food is solid. It's not gourmet, but it'll do its job. And the host of Bad Blood did their job too. Now, a lot of y'all were pretty upset, and it was very controversial that the Hell in a Cell was the first match of the night. One thing I have learned from wrestlers like Chris Jericho is that you either want to be the first match of the night or the last match of the night. But CM Punk and Drew McIntyre showed that no matter where they were on the match card, they were going to try to steal the show, and arguably they did. For all of the things that you can and can't do in 2024, this match was off the charts. You know something's good when you got to tell your mama, and that's exactly how I felt as I was watching this battle. I think the finish could have went either way, but I know how important this is for CM Punk's return to WWE. Going into Bayley versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's title, we all knew that it was almost Tiffy time. Nevertheless, Bayley and Nia Jax kept their rematch from SummerSlam pretty interesting. But like I said, we all knew that it was almost Tiffy time, so when the music hit, it was no surprise. But the beauty of WWE sometimes is that you know what's going to happen, but you just don't know how it's going to happen. If you've been paying attention to SmackDown, you already know that Tiffy and Nia have not been on the same page lately. I really thought that October 5th was Tiffany Stratton's night. But I never would have thought of Nia Jax sitting up like The Undertaker to crash Tiffy's party. Sometimes it really is little things like that that can take a match from mediocre to must-see. But I guess Paul Levesque decided that tonight was not Tiffany Stratton's night. I think we can all agree that it would have been too soon for Nia Jax to lose the title after winning it not too long ago at SummerSlam. I enjoyed this match, and I'm excited to see what direction this feud goes in. When my boy Gunther pulled up, I was all smiles because I know he's been killing it on the mic. Throughout the night, they kept on showing all of the legends that were in attendance. So when Goldberg's name was called, I thought he was going to spear Gunther back to the year 2003. But Bill is getting older, so I wasn't surprised that we didn't see that. However, this was the perfect opportunity for Sami Zayn to build some momentum going into their match on Monday Night Raw for the World Heavyweight Championship. He was going kind of crazy in them street clothes. I'm not crazy about Sami Zayn, but I do understand he's a fan favorite, and he does remind me of Mick Foley, so he does have my respect. If there was ever a time to have the custody of Dominic Mysterio up for grabs, it would have been in this match with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. But I guess the shark cage will suffice for now. I feel like this match was really make or break for this feud, and it either had to end or something had to be introduced that was new. Now, I never saw Dominic Mysterio tie up his leg while he was sitting in the shark cage. So when he fell, I thought it was over. I know he's hard-headed, but that would have been a sight to see. Now, the piñata, I believe, came from the Hispanic culture, so whoever produced this part of the match is a genius. That girl Rhea was whooping Dom like he stole something. Unfortunately, as we know, all good things come to an end. We ain't seen Raquel Rodriguez in months, and I'm curious to see what adding her to the mix does for this rivalry. There's one match that I don't have footage of, and that is Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. I'm not that interested in that feud, but I did get to see a little bit of the match while I was picking up some merch. I feel like those are two stars that have been put on the mid card hoping that their matches connect with the audience, but I haven't really seen it or felt it whenever I was in the arena that night. Now I'm gonna tell y'all why I am okay with this match being the main event. It is very likely that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's rivalry is over. And if not over, then they're gonna take a break until the next time. This match, on the other hand, is building off of a long storyline that everybody is invested in. And if you didn't know, this is the first match that Roman Reigns has competed in since WrestleMania 40. In fact, he's teaming with the person that defeated him at that event. Now, I don't know about you, but that is a recipe for great TV. The marching band felt right for Cody because we were in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, and everybody was singing along, so clearly it was a great time. Take a listen. The American Nightmare only brings out the mask for special occasions, so I knew that this was about to be one for the ages. Hey, I'll even let this clip run a little bit longer if you want to sing along. When everybody heard that dun dun dun, we all turned into Jim Ross because we knew that business was about to pick up. If somebody did not have their index finger pointed in the air, it's probably because they did not have arms that night. I'm not sure if y'all heard the pop whenever Roman Reigns tagged in for the first time, but it was insane. It was like seeing food come to your table at a restaurant. Also, this is our first time seeing Roman Reigns go against Solo and Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu especially because everybody on social media has been hyped for that matchup. But once the Tribal Chief got going, you could tell that he was back like he never left. This match was so good that I completely forgot Cody Rhodes jumped off the turnbuckle through the announce table onto Jacob Fatu. Little did everybody know that that was only the beginning of the night. Jimmy Uso made his long-awaited return to the WWE. Everybody was asking where he was. You would have thought his name was Waldo. Clearly, it doesn't matter where he's been because he ran the play perfectly. After everything that the Bloodline 1.0 has been through, you could tell that this moment put everybody in their feelings. This might be breaking news to y'all, but my favorite wrestler of all time is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. When I heard that he was in town for a football game, I was out of my seat. I had been on the edge of my seat the entire night, but now I was out of my seat. So you can only imagine what this moment was like for me. I don't know what the heck him counting to 3 meant, but what I do know is that this was the first time that I have ever seen him in person. Everybody on social media be talking about aura. This brother got it. Like I said earlier, this is Cody Rhodes' hometown, so of course he had to send us off with a goodbye from the bottom of his heart. For all of y'all that be spending y'all money on Starbucks, Shein, whatever, make sure y'all save some money for one of these WWE events. Because as you can see, you never know what's going to happen, even after the show. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that if you want to see more WWE content like this.